Why do stadiums still erupt in standing ovations for Barack Obama years after leaving office, while Donald Trump, just as famous, remains one of the most polarizing figures alive? Why does one man's name inspire hope in classrooms, community centers, and even foreign capitals, while the other sparks fiery debates, loyalty rallies, and protests in equal measure? What makes Obama's story more than politics, but a symbol of unity, progress, and aspiration? And why does Trump's story feel less like inspiration and more like disruption? A tale of dominance, defiance, and division. Is it charisma, the power of words, the image of family? Or is it something more profound, the psychology of love versus the psychology of fear? Today we go beyond red and blue, beyond Democrats and Republicans, and dive into the real reasons Barack Obama continues to be more admired, more celebrated, and yes, more loved than Donald Trump. The answers aren't just political. They reveal how history decides who becomes a legend and who remains a controversy. Obama the symbol versus Trump the disruptor. Barack Obama wasn't simply elected. He was anointed as a global symbol of hope. His rise as the first African-American president carried weight far beyond politics. With three simple words, "Yes, we can," he offered progress, unity, and the promise of change. To many, Obama wasn't just a leader. He was living proof that barriers could be broken, history could be rewritten, and dreams could become reality. Donald Trump's story unfolded in the opposite direction. He didn't enter politics to symbolize unity, he stormed in to disrupt the system. With Make America Great Again, Trump tapped into frustration, anger, and forgotten voices. To his supporters, he became the blunt warrior who spoke unfiltered truths. To his critics, he represented division, nationalism, and a widening political rift. One president inspired hope, the other thrived on disruption. Both changed the course of America, but in entirely different ways. Which legacy will shine brighter with time? History has a way of elevating unity, but will it also glorify disruption? That's the question America must keep answering. The global rock star effect. Barack Obama's appeal isn't confined to the United States. It's a worldwide phenomenon. From Berlin's historic Brandenburg Gate to Nairobi's bustling streets, his appearances have drawn crowds so massive they rivaled music festivals. For many, he represents more than a former president. He embodies diplomacy, inclusivity, and a modern vision of global leadership. Obama speaks in a way that resonates across cultures, turning political speeches into international events. Donald Trump, meanwhile, shines brightest at home. His rallies light up arenas across America, fueled by chants, loyalty, and raw energy. But outside U.S. borders, his America First mantra often alienates more than it attracts. While some admire his boldness, many abroad see him as combative and insular. The difference is striking. Obama fills arenas like a rock star, while Trump's influence rarely carries the same love overseas. Family power. Barack and Michelle Obama aren't just political partners. They're the definition of a cultural power couple. Together, they project stability, authenticity, and elegance. Michelle's memoir Becoming sold millions worldwide, turning her into a global icon of resilience and grace. Their Netflix deal with Higher Ground Productions creates content that uplifts, inspires, and sparks meaningful conversations. Their philanthropic work, from education initiatives to global health programs, reinforces the idea of a family dedicated not just to power, but to progress. When people look at the Obamas, they see partnership, relatability, and the rare ability to inspire unity rather than division. The Trump family, on the other hand, operates like a dynasty, powerful, bold, and unapologetically present in both business and politics. Donald Trump Jr. and Eric Trump expanded the Trump Organization's empire, while Ivanka Trump stepped into global diplomacy during her father's presidency. Melania Trump, elegant and reserved, maintains a unique public presence. Yet the Trump name often comes with controversy, sparking heated debate between admiration and criticism. So, in the battle of family legacies, the question remains: do people admire the Obamas' relatable elegance and inspirational teamwork, or the Trump's larger-than-life, polarizing empire built on dominance and defiance? The power of words. Throughout history, great leaders have been remembered not only for what they achieved, but also for how they spoke to the people. Barack Obama carved his legacy with words that still echo today. Speeches like "a more perfect union" and "yes, we can" didn't just rally voters, they inspired movements. His language blended history, poetry, and vision, giving people the sense that they were part of something larger than politics. His memoirs, Dreams from My Father and The Audacity of Hope, carry the same resonance, studied in classrooms and quoted in documentaries as lessons in leadership and unity. Obama's words build bridges. Donald Trump, meanwhile, reshaped political language with brevity and force. Fake news, build the wall, make America great again. His words weren't elegant, but they were unforgettable. Designed like slogans, they spread like wildfire across rallies, bumper stickers, and social media feeds. Supporters embraced them as raw truth-telling. Critics denounced them as divisive and inflammatory. So, which lasts longer, the poetry that uplifts or the punchlines that provoke? History may show that words which inspire unity endure, while those that divide burn bright but fast. The power of words, after all, isn't just in volume, it's in vision. Media presence. Donald Trump dominated the media like no president before him. His debates turned into primetime drama, his rallies into television spectacles, and his Twitter storms into daily news cycles. He thrived on confrontation, keeping the world watching with equal parts fascination and outrage. Trump is not just a president, he is a reality show figure in the Oval Office. But constant chaos comes at a cost. Headlines fade, scandals pile up, and noise eventually drowns meaning. Barack Obama chose a different path. Post-presidency, he turned to storytelling. From best-selling books to Netflix documentaries, from thoughtful podcasts to global speaking tours, he built influence not through chaos, but through culture. His voice became a calm thread in a noisy world. On the world stage, Obama is remembered for reopening dialogue with Cuba, championing the Paris Climate Agreement, strengthening NATO, and even earning the Nobel Peace Prize. His legacy is bridges, unity, cooperation, and globalism. Trump's legacy is walls, nationalism, division, and America first. When history writes its pages, which will endure longer, the fleeting fire of constant headlines or the steady flame of stories that inspire generations? Luxury. Donald Trump has built an entire brand around extravagance. From the gold-plated elevators of Trump Tower to the sprawling halls of Mar-a-Lago, his empire is a monument to luxury on display. His private jet, famously outfitted with 24-karat gold seatbelt buckles, became an icon of his 2016 campaign, while his global golf resorts are playgrounds for the elite. For Trump, wealth isn't just lived, it's showcased. Supporters celebrate it as proof of success. Critics call it vanity and arrogance. His travels mirror this image. Arrivals in gilded jets, stays in grand penthouses, and motorcades designed to dominate the spotlight. Barack Obama, by contrast, embraces luxury with subtlety. He vacations in Martha's Vineyard, retreats to the beaches of Hawaii, and slips away to Bali or French Polynesia with his family. But these escapes aren't splashed across headlines by design. They're private, deliberate, and often tied to reflection or work. During his presidency, Air Force One was his airborne fortress. Today, his post-presidential travel leans on discretion, chartered jets, and villas tucked away from the world's gaze. His version of luxury isn't about flaunting, it's about refinement. Why does the quiet elegance of Obama's travels inspire admiration, while Trump's golden towers invite such division? Why Obama will always be more loved. The truth is simple. Love endures while controversy fades. Barack Obama's legacy is built on hope, unity, and inspiration. He gave people a vision of progress, a sense that tomorrow could be brighter, and a belief that leadership could mean compassion as much as power. His calm diplomacy and uplifting words left an imprint that outlasts politics. He became not just a president, but a symbol of possibility. Donald Trump's legacy, by contrast, is rooted in disruption. He gave his supporters fierce loyalty and battles to fight, but battles end, and division leaves scars. Where Obama built bridges across nations and communities, Trump often built walls, literal and symbolic. Bridges built on love, respect, and unity endure through generations. Walls built on anger eventually crumble. That's why history will always look back with greater affection on Obama, the leader who gave people dreams, not just fights. Barack Obama will always beat Donald Trump in popularity because his brand transcends politics. He is not just a former president. He is a global icon of hope, charisma, and progress. Trump, for all his influence, is admired by many but loved by fewer. His power is rooted in loyalty, not universal admiration. In the end, two legacies remain. Trump, the warrior of disruption. Obama, the poet of unity. Thanks for watching. Like, share, and subscribe for more.